Plus, another Duke Energy substation shot at, and investigators may be getting closer to finding the party responsible, leaving more than 40,000 people without power.
And the changes that could come to a local animal shelter if they can't find permanent homes for more animals.
From Charlotte CW, this is WCCB News at 10.
Rain is moving through the WCCB viewing area, but dense fog could cause some problems for your morning commute. This is a live look at Uptown from our Bojangles Nights camera. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Gary Brode.
And I'm Morgan Fogarty. More showers are in store for some neighborhoods in the WCCB viewing area. WCCB meteorologist Caitlin Wright has a first look at your foggy and rainy forecast.
All right, so Caitlin, will these showers last through the weekend?
No, the showers won't last all weekend long, you guys, but the clouds, they are pretty much here to stay. Let's go ahead and look at this fog alert map right now, because I'm here to tell you the fog is not going to be as widespread or as dense as what we've seen the last couple of days. So we have no warnings, watches, or dense fog advisories that we've had the last couple of evenings. Now, visibility is still low. You just saw from that Uptown cam. We're dealing with just about 2.5 miles for that visibility in Charlotte right now, 5 over in Statesville, and just less than 1/4 of a mile if you head up to areas of Jefferson. Now, looking at the future visibility, the fog will develop a little bit more in some areas across the Piedmont, in the high country, and in the foothills. Visibility could be getting down to maybe 2 to 3 miles, but that beats the widespread 1/4 to 1/2 mile that we've seen the last couple of days. Now, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk rain right now. Here are the showers that are pushing from west to east across the area. It's pretty much a light rain across the region, not dealing with any thunderstorm activity. Pausing radar so you can see where that light rain kind of drizzle is across the region. Now, for tomorrow, holding on to those isolated showers pretty much throughout the day. This weekend looking a little bit better, but boy, it's going to be cooler. I'll let you know when highs return to only 50 degrees coming up in my full forecast soon.
Opening statements began today in the trial of a Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officer charged with involuntary manslaughter. Officer Philip Barker hit and killed CPCC student James Short as he headed to a call back in 2017. WCCB Charlotte's Trish Williford joins us now. And Trish, testimony in this case also got underway today as well, right?
Yeah, Morgan, James Short's brother took the stand today. Also, a CMPD driving instructor testified in court. In opening statements Thursday, the prosecution first laid out its case against 29-year-old Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officer Philip Barker.
James Michael Short was 28 years old. And he is dead because of the actions of somebody we trusted to protect us.
Assistant District Attorney Bill Bunting told the jury this case is about Officer Barker's criminally negligent actions on July 8th, 2017, when he responded to a call for service at the intersection of Kings Drive and Moorhead Street, the night Barker hit and killed CPCC student James Short.
But rather than use due regard for the safety of others, this defendant, Ford, quickly reaching speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour through the streets of Uptown Charlotte.
Defense attorney George Loughran told the jury Short was intoxicated and had antidepressants in his system, which impaired his coordination. He also said Short was dressed in all black.
Mr. Bunny said he was drunk. It's very more than that. His blood alcohol was between 0.24 and 0.30. 3 times the legal limit. We're not going to hide behind what Mr. Cole and Mr. Bunny said about this presumption of innocence. Okay, it's there. Sure, it's there right now. You're going to hear from Phil right up here with his hand on God's word and tell you chapter and verse about what happened.
Loughran told the court Barker was on his way to a priority 1 call that night, which meant he had just minutes to get there. The prosecution showed Barker's body-worn camera footage as he drove along Moorhead Street. We stopped the video before Short was hit. Also in court, CMPD officer and certified driving instructor Tommy Horton took the stand. He also taught Barker in CMPD's driving school. Horton told the court Barker failed to slow down to control the intersection as he sped through it.
To show due regard for the safety of others according to your directives? Yes, sir.
Also taking the stand, Joshua Short, who described his late brother to the jury.
Just a normal, average, happy person to be around.
Officer Barker is also expected to take the stand during this trial. Testimony continues tomorrow. Morgan.
Trish Williford reporting live in Uptown tonight. Trish, thank you.
Brittney Griner should be landing in America anytime now. Russia released the WNBA star today in a prisoner swap for international arms dealer Victor Bout. Her release brings an end to a months-long negotiation. Police arrested Griner on drug charges at a Russian airport last February. Griner's wife joined President Joe Biden in the Oval Office as he spoke to the Olympic gold medalist on the phone.
It's my job as President of the United States to make the hard calls and protect American citizens everywhere in the world.
The swap did not include Paul Whelan. The retired U.S. Marine has been in Russian custody for nearly 4 years. He was convicted on espionage charges while attending a friend's wedding in Moscow. Whelan expressed his disappointment as he remains in custody.
This is a precarious situation that needs to be resolved quickly. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go home. I just need an airplane to come and get me.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken promises efforts to secure Whelan's release will continue.
Tonight, the Justice Department is asking a federal judge to hold former President Donald Trump in contempt of court. Trump has failed to comply with the subpoena issued this summer that ordered him to turn over classified documents. That development comes after Trump's legal team said it conducted searches at 4 locations just before Thanksgiving, finding 2 documents with classified markings at a storage facility in Florida. Investigators are getting closer to finding out who shot up a pair of Duke Energy substations in Moore County. Today, investigators issued multiple search warrants on the state level, which means they will remain sealed. The FBI has also started the process of obtaining cell phone records to identify people in the area of the attacks on Saturday. The state of emergency in Moore County ended today, now that everybody has their power back on.
Law enforcement officials say they found no evidence linking the Moore County attacks to a separate incident last night at a South Carolina substation. The sheriff in Kershaw County says someone fired a gun from a speeding car about a half a mile away from a watery hydro station in Ridgeway. Duke Energy said it found no sign of property damage. No one was hurt.
The Charlotte-Mecklenburg Animal Care and Control Shelter is on pace for pre-pandemic intake numbers. Thousands more animals have come through the shelter this year compared to any of the last 3 years.
As a result, that awful word, euthanasia, it's been tossed around, and it'll continue unless something changes. Walking the halls of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Animal Shelter, there's one painfully obvious sight. Each kennel is full.
Including all animals, not just cats and dogs. We're looking to bring in 15,000 animals this year by the end of December.
That's 3,000 animals more than 2019.
This is a handsome fella. I don't know why you haven't gotten a home.
Right now, no animal has been here longer than Kilo.
He's sadly been here for 4 months.
With each visitor, the chance of his new home passes him by. Not long ago, the shelter had to consider euthanizing animals to make room.
We were 2 hours from having to make decisions on dogs like Kilo.
A social media blast helped with the capacity, but not for long. There's still growing concern that tough conversation may need brought up again.
I think a lot of people think, oh, 20 animals were adopted. Yes. So you'd think it would be 20 spaces, but 10 more came in.
The shelter also seen a record number of strays. There's some theories as to why. Of course, the growing Charlotte population is one. Another theory, though, is owners who want to drop off their dogs, they can't wait the 3-month backlog that the shelter is dealing with, so they just let them go, which is just absolutely awful. And it was amazing to see there. I mean, some of those kennels had a couple of dogs in there because they were puppies. There are a lot of dogs in there, and they just want love. It's sad every time you go to a shelter, but I've never seen one so crowded.
Yeah, it's, you know, animals, rescue animals are great pets to bring home. They have a certain appreciation. It's almost like they know that they're getting a second chance. If you can open your home to one, it's well worth it.
Absolutely.
Airport workers fed up with low wages rally for change at Charlotte Douglas, what they are calling on Congress to do to help.
Plus, the country's best snowboarders are soon coming to Blowing Rock, how a global snowboarding star from our area is making it all happen.
And later on WCCB News at 10:30, an iconic Plaza Midwood neighborhood staple celebrates 20 years in business, what the owner says he is most proud of from the last 2 decades.
You're watching.
Airport support workers are calling on Congress to act. They want better pay, better jobs, and health care.
Dozens gathered outside the Charlotte Douglas Airport today to make their voices heard. They joined support staff around the country who are calling on lawmakers to step in. Many of them say that they work well over 40 hours and still don't have enough money to make ends meet. They want Congress to pass the Good Jobs for Good Airports Act. That bill would require workers to be paid a minimum $15 per hour as well as paid time off.
The thing is, we barely have time or people to do the job. People leave constantly. They don't pay us enough, especially for all the work that we do. My boyfriend and I have to share an apartment so we can pay the bills. I have to rely on food stamps to even eat.
Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey introduced the Good Jobs for Good Airports Act in June. Union organizers hope to get it passed next year.
Appalachian Ski Mountain is now open for business, and one of Blowing Rock's favorite sons is kicking off the season with a bang. World-renowned snowboarder Luke Winkleman is partnering with Red Bull to bring over 20 of the country's top riders to our high country slopes. WCCB Charlotte's James Scott has the story.
Blowing Rock native Luke Winkleman first took up snowboarding 16 years ago at the age of 5.
They couldn't get me off the mountain.
Now, he's representing Team USA on the slopes worldwide.
I got my first couple podiums on the World Cup stage last year, so that was definitely a moment I've been waiting for a long time.
Already known as one of the best boarders born this side of the millennium, it would be easy to get a swelled head.
Welcome to NC.
But Luke, known as Wink by his friends, is remarkably humble.
I'm so blessed to be on the U.S. team and get to represent, our country for snowboarding is pretty strange, but it's really rad and I'm honored.
And now he's giving back to the community. Luke will be hosting a rail jam competition this weekend at App Ski Mountain, just minutes down the road.
This is where it all started.
From the home he was born and raised in.
There are around 24 pro riders coming into North Carolina for this rail jam, which is never been heard of or seen up here. So that's going to be pretty special. Definitely a culture shock to them and to our locals here. Of course, I want to put North Carolina on the map, but I want to really just show people what we have here, and like, it's not just the place, it's like the community,
He's looking to inspire the next generation of riders, no matter where they're from.
That's a big thing of bringing all these pro riders here, is like for the kids here to see those dudes snowboard and girls snowboard and like just feel that energy around it. Is just like, that will be special for them, I think. And it's insane. There's so much love here and I'm so grateful for that.
James Scott, WCCB News.
The 2022 Red Bull Rail Yard at App Ski Mountain takes place this weekend. A qualifier open to the public happens this Saturday before Sunday's tournament-style competition. Viewing is free and open to all. Could be a fun family event, Caitlin.
Yeah, I mean, just watching. I'm not going to risk that. That's incredible, though. Great job that he's doing. Hey, guys, it's a beautiful evening. I'm totally kidding. I wish I could say that, and I'm probably not going to say that until Monday or Tuesday. Here's our weather stem camera. Uptown 59 degrees, 49 at App State. So in terms of temperatures, it really has not been all that bad, but temperatures are going to take a tumble as we head through the next couple of days. Not talking freezing, just talking high temperatures, acting more as what we've seen lately for our low temperatures. Radar and satellite right now, we do have showers moving across the area. You can see from west to east. Don't see any embedded yellows, oranges, or reds. So this is really just kind of a light misty drizzle for a lot of us, or a light rain if you're traveling along the highway highways, you definitely need your wipers on. This is 1 a.m. on Friday, so overnight. Still seeing some of those showers here across the area. Heading into 8 a.m. morning commute as the kids are heading to the bus stop. Looking at a batch of rain still moving across the area. Kind of that light misty drizzle type of rain. Not really adding too much in terms of our rainfall accumulation. By 4 p.m. the coverage of rain really does look to be dwindling down. Really kind of scattered as we head through the day. Not so numerous to widespread. 5 p.m. on Saturday looking like a mainly dry day. I'll get to your rain again in a second. Let's talk about these temperatures. This is 10 a.m. tomorrow, 50 degrees. You guys, we're at 59 right now. I'm going to play this out into the afternoon. 4 p.m. 52 to 53 degrees. So temperatures are not going to be moving all that much as we head through the day tomorrow. It is going to be pretty chilly. It is going to be gray. It will be dreary. Do not expect the sunshine as we head through the next couple of days. In the mountains for the weekend, Saturday 48 degrees. By Sunday 49. Still dealing with some isolated showers, maybe above 3,500 feet, seeing a little bit of snow as well. For the weekend here across the Piedmont, 54 for Saturday. By Sunday 52 degrees and holding on to scattered showers as well. Now, as we look at the next 7 days, the best chance of rain looks to come on Sunday until the middle of next week. So let's talk about those rain chances for a second, because then I want to get to those storm chances across the deep south here in a second as well. As we head through the day Friday, not expecting too much. Again, going to be scattered, pretty dry as we head through the day on Saturday. And then ramping up that rain chance again on Sunday. Gary Morgan, I do want to pinpoint this in case you guys have any friends or family watching in southern Arkansas or areas in northern Louisiana. There is a 30% hatch for severe weather for day 6, which means next Tuesday. This is only the 5th time ever, well, since 2015, but that's a long time since these records are held, that a day 6 30% has been issued. First time ever in December. The other 4 times were in April. So this is a serious deal. Yeah, meaning tornadoes going to be a potential, and that system is going to head here, be our next weather system next Wednesday.
Tornadoes, I think you said snow is potential as well.
On the backside of it, yeah, it's just such a strong front.
All right.
Jeez.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thanks for the warning.
A traffic stop for speeding turned into a life-saving rescue. How a North Carolina trooper describes the moments he saved a baby's life.
Plus, it is high school football championship week. How a local team is preparing to play for the title on Saturday with some support from the community. A North Carolina state trooper is being hailed as a hero tonight after pulling over a speeding vehicle.
Trooper Matthew Brown of Lenoir County shifted into rescue mode when he found out why the driver was going so fast. The driver's daughter, who was just 9 weeks old, stopped breathing, and he was racing her to the hospital. She had been suffering from RSV.
Once I got her out of the seat, she started to breathe a little bit better. Her blueness started going away, and started trying to rub her back and stimulate her to keep her awake and where she could focus on getting her breathing back to normal.
That little baby girl named Amelia is listed in stable condition. She's expected to make a full recovery. Wow.
How scary.
Yeah,
and
terrifying.
Terrifying to be racing to the hospital with your baby. And then frustrated, I'm sure, to be pulled over, but had a great ending.
Yeah.
More trouble for TikTok. Why more states are banning the app on certain devices.
Plus, a Charlotte man is facing charges after police say he shot a park ranger and threatened a daycare. Why the judge presiding over this case is questioning the district attorney's evidence. Tonight, more states are cracking down on the popular social media app TikTok.
Texas and Maryland are now joining South Dakota, South Carolina, and Nebraska in banning the use of the app on government-issued devices. Indiana is also suing the social media giant for allegedly exposing minors to mature content and deceiving users about China's access to their data.
The problem is with China, there's no distinction between the government and the private sector. Everybody works for the government one way or another.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the U.S. government should ban TikTok over national security concerns. TikTok says it is confident an agreement can be reached to satisfy those concerns.
An iconic Plaza Midwood staple celebrates 20 years in business, what the owner says he's most proud of in the last 2 decades.
And the latest on the trial of a CMPD officer charged with involuntary manslaughter. We'll check back in with Trish Williford, who has more from the first day in the courtroom.
You're watching WCCB News at 10.
You will want to give yourself some extra time in the morning before you head out. This is a live look at Uptown right now from our Mr. Sparky camera.
We're tracking overnight showers and dense fog for the WCCB viewing area.
Meteorologist Caitlin Wright is here with a look at your updated forecast. Caitlin, when are we going to see sunshine again, please?
Finally, hopefully Monday. My fingers are crossed. If the clouds stick around Monday, it'll be Tuesday. But right now I'm optimistic for full sunshine Monday or heading into Tuesday. So not this weekend and not in the near term. I mean, I sound like a broken record. Foggy and misty drizzle across the area. It could be worse, right? We could welcome cooler temperatures. Well, we're going to, just not freezing. This is a view. There's Uptown. Can't really see it because the fog is totally obscuring our view. Dew point temperature 58. Temperature 58 degrees. You know what that means? It's a little bit rainy out there. Commuting forecast for tomorrow. I'm giving you a yellow light because we will be dealing with that patchy dense fog. It's just not going to be as dense or as widespread as what we've seen the last couple of mornings. So a little bit better. We do not have a dense fog advisory in place, meaning that visibility is, again, not expected to be 1/4 mile, maybe just about 2 to 3 miles in terms of visibility. Radar and satellite right now, we have showers that are moving across the area. This again is not a heavy rain. It's not severe weather. It's just a light misty drizzle, and we'll continue with that over the next couple of hours. Temperatures are going to fall as we head into early tomorrow morning, likely into the low 50s, but I want to show you the forecast for tomorrow. Look at these temperatures. Pretty steady and stable, hardly moving. Today, we managed to get to 70 degrees at CLT. Thankfully, we had a few pockets of sunshine. For tomorrow, we are only going to hover in the low 50s, likely about 52 to 54 degrees. So it is going to be cooler. It is going to be dreary and cloudy and dealing with the on and off scattered rain. So future track shows that scattered rain early in the morning and then really not seeing much as we head through the day. That's why I'm not saying numerous or widespread. Again, rather just scattered across the area as we head through the day. Saturday's looking to be our dry day. How much rain are we talking? You guys, maybe just 1/10 of an inch. So it's not going to be an abundant rain. We just need the sunshine. I'll show you when that returns in the full 7-day forecast in just a few.
Sounds good. Thank you, Caitlin. You can stay connected to the weather by downloading our free WCCB weather app. It's powered by Coit.
Opening statements began today in the trial of a Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officer charged with involuntary manslaughter. Officer Philip Barker is being accused of hitting and killing CPCC student James Short. WCCB Charlotte's Trish Williford is live in Uptown tonight with a closer look at the first day of testimony. Trish.
Yeah, James Short's brother took the stand today, as well as a CMPD driving instructor. Well, the prosecution first laid out its case against 29-year-old Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officer Philip Barker. Prosecutors say Barker's criminally negligent actions on July 8th, 2017 led to the death of James Short. The defense told the jury Short was intoxicated and had antidepressants in his system, which impaired his coordination. The prosecution also showed Barker's body-worn camera footage as he drove along Moorhead Street that day.
Rather than use due regard for the safety of others, this defendant, Florida, quickly reaching speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour through the streets of Uptown Charlotte.
Mr. Bunny said he was drunk. It's doing more than that. His blood alcohol is between 0.24 and 0.30. 3 times the legal limit.
A CMPD driving instructor told the court Barker failed to slow down to control the intersection as he sped through it. Now, Barker is also expected to testify during this trial. Gary?
We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that trial. Trish Williford reporting live in Uptown tonight.
I'm in jail. I'm a free man. Can I go home and be more home with my family? Yes, sir.
More questions tonight after a judge set a $10 million bond for the suspect accused of shooting a park ranger and threatening a Charlotte daycare. Tyson Corpening is being held on several charges. They include attempted first-degree murder and threat of mass violence on educational property. Police arrested him for the crimes on Monday. Investigators say the 36-year-old threw a rock into the Marazetta Carey Child Development Center with a note threatening to kill kids. That daycare is in walking distance from where he's accused of shooting a park ranger last Sunday at the Friendship Sportsplex on Cindy Lane. Corpening maintains that police have the wrong person in custody. During Wednesday's hearing, the judge questioned the district attorney's evidence.
The manager says that who shot him?
A white male wearing a blue jacket. That's the initial description.
Mr. Corpening's black.
They don't have anything on me because I didn't do anything. I work. I'm a dishwasher. I haven't been in trouble in 6 years. I didn't do anything.
Prosecutors say the signal from Corpening's cell phone places him at the daycare when the attack happened. Investigators also say they found a notebook in his house. Handwriting from the notebook matched that from the writing on the rock.
A Charlotte man is in jail tonight facing charges of impersonating a CMPD police officer. Investigators say 31-year-old Stephen Bridges tried to get a security job at a local bar, pretending to be a sworn officer. Police say he had a stolen CMPD badge and pictures of himself in uniform.
At this point, we don't believe that Mr. Bridges performed any official acts or made any traffic stops. Even though we believe this, we're asking for the public's assistance. We believe this is an isolated incident.
Police say if anyone encountered Bridges trying to perform the duties of a police officer, they want you to call 911 to report it. They are still investigating how he got that badge. Police have made a second arrest in the death of a Rocky River High School student. They say 17-year-old Nazir Taylor was shot near his home on Lanza Drive in East Charlotte last Wednesday, moments after getting off a school bus. He died days later. CMPD arrested a 16-year-old yesterday in connection to Taylor's death. That teen is charged with murder. Another teen is also facing charges in this case.
South Tryon Street is back open tonight after a deadly motorcycle crash that involved a CMS school bus and a truck. The crash happened early this morning near Shopton Road West in Steel Creek. The person on the motorcycle died. There were no students on the bus at the time of the crash. No word tonight on what caused that crash. And if you need to look for another route, if you travel along Brookshire Boulevard, CSX railroad crews will close NC-16 at the rail crossing on Monday for 24 hours for scheduled maintenance. The closure lasts from 7 a.m. until 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. Southbound drivers will be detoured from NC-16 to Lawton Roselles Ferry and North Hoskins roads. Returning to NC-16, northbound drivers follow this detour in reverse.
Tonight, one local small business owner is celebrating a big milestone. The Common Market in Plaza Midwood, the original Common Market, turns 20 years old. WCCB Charlotte's Kelly Bardick is live in Plaza Midwood tonight. Kel, 20 years, that's a long time, especially this day and age.
Oh, Morgan, it sure is. Owner Blake Barnes tells me it hasn't always been easy, but it's definitely been worth it. Longtime customers call Common Market the heartbeat of this neighborhood, the pulse of Plaza Midwood, and it's easy to see why.
It's like common ground for every walk of life in Plaza Midwood, from bankers to little biker kids to whatever, you know. Everybody's welcome.
And the popular Charlotte DJ who goes by That Guy Smitty would know. He's been coming to the Common Market in Plaza Midwood since the beginning.
Day one, first day, opening.
And there's been a lot of days since.
We have survived in Plaza Midwood for 20 years today. 7,603 days we've been open every single day. Every day.
And yes, that includes every day during the recession and through COVID. Owner Blake Barnes says he started the Common Market back in 2002 with an uncommon idea.
They thought it was crazy I opened up in Plaza Midwood because 20 years ago it wasn't like it now. Then they thought it was crazy because I put a DJ and bands in here in a convenience store. Then they thought it was even crazier when I put a bar in a convenience store. But guess what? Everybody's doing it now. So we're like a deli that meets a coffee house that meets a bar, bottle wine shop that sells crazy toys. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to James Jeffries, who grew up in the Plaza Midwood neighborhood.
I've met the majority of my friends here. It's an awesome place. You can sit down with anybody. Tables are completely open.
Open for anything and everyone for 20 years strong and counting.
I'm most proud of is year 20 still chosen by the readers best place to just people watch, because that means I'm doing something right. Everybody's welcomed here.
Everyone is welcome. We felt welcome here today. As you can see behind me, even a little rain didn't stop the locals from coming out and celebrating the 20th anniversary at Common Market. Not the only one. This is the original. There's also Common Markets in Oakhurst and in South End, but owner Blake Barnes tells me there's going to be one opening up in Durham soon. So they are just continue to expand, Morgan.
Wow. They're going across the Carolinas. Very cool for them. Love the Common Market. Kelly Bardick reporting live in Plaza Midwood tonight. Kel, thank you.
And I still need to go?
You got to check it out.
I will.
Yeah, you'll love it.
It's high school football championship week.
How a local team is preparing to play for the title on Saturday with some support from the community.
Well, if you are anxiously waiting on packages to be delivered, you could be the target of scammers and be just one click away from some holiday trouble. I'm Jamie Tucker. I'll explain coming up.
Tonight on The Edge, a royal tell-all. The first episodes of Harry and Meghan's new docuseries hits Netflix, what they've revealed so far. Plus, turning offices into bedrooms. Why Twitter headquarters is now under investigation for apparently encouraging staff to sleep at work. And the Good Morning America scandal heats up. Why ABC is now investigating TJ Holmes for his alleged affairs. Don't miss The Edge after the news.
In Denver, they're used to success, but this week is special for the community as they head to Raleigh for a shot at a championship.
WCCB Charlotte's John Treach spent some time in Denver. John, high school football, all about making that hometown proud, isn't it?
You're so right. Yeah, their record is perfect. Their time together is precious. It doesn't get any better than Saturday night for East Lincoln High School, where a town and a team are ready for history.
Welcome to Denver of the East, where 'tis the season to title chase.
It's hard to visualize something like that big in your life, because this is the biggest stage I've ever played all my life.
The Mustangs have mounted a 15-0 record and march into Raleigh to complete perfection.
Just get to play one more game with my brothers every year, that's every week. That's the goal, get one more week.
30 minutes from Charlotte, when championship high school football gets in your blood, it never leaves.
Oh, this community, I grew up here, from here, grandparents from here, so this place means a lot to me. It is neat playing in a state championship and now coaching in one.
There is continuity, and then there is East Lincoln legacy. 6 of Dave Lubowitz's assistants are former Mustang players who came back to give back.
I know ever since when we lost second round last year, we had 60 people show up to the weight room on that Monday, and we told them, hey, you put in the hard work, we can get here.
Over 10,000 people stuffed the stadium last Friday for the state semis. Ask the folks at the Sports Page Bar and Grill, and well, yeah, it's a small town, but a big deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're very good people. They've took care of my restaurant. I try to take care of them. No, this will be hopefully our third state championship in football at East Lincoln.
'Tis the season to dream for more East Lincoln lore.
We win stakes, baby! We win stakes! Yeah, it's just tough getting sleep every night, just knowing you're just waiting for Saturday morning so you can wake up and go ball.
I'm calling the shot when they win that title at 10 p.m. on Saturday. We'll be there live. You heard it here.
Good luck to them. John Treach reporting live in the studio tonight. Thanks, John. If you're anxiously waiting on packages to be delivered this holiday season, you're a prime target for scammers and a click away from trouble. Next at 10:30, how you can keep yourself safe.
And coming up on The Edge, the Good Morning America scandal heats up. Why ABC is now investigating TJ Holmes for his alleged affairs. The Edge is coming up. do any online shopping for the holidays, you are probably waiting on a package or 2 or 3 or 10, 20 to
Yeah,
arrive.
that's about right. If you're waiting for delivery, you may be playing into the hands of scammers. Our consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker says scammers are busy contacting shoppers by sending text messages.
I think everyone who's waiting on delivery drivers will be aware that scammers are just as busy as the people bringing the packages during the holidays. They're trying to trick shoppers into sharing account information and maybe even credit cards. And if you shop online, you may be contacted by one of these scammers disguising themselves as someone from Amazon, Walmart, FedEx, or UPS.
Here's the scam. You get an email stating your package is delayed or they tried to deliver it, and you're given a link to find where the package is. Seems legit until you look closer. The link doesn't take you to FedEx or UPS. An email can install malware on your computer with just one click. Scammers are using text messages now to get information. Someone reported this one to the FCC, a text saying, click the link to claim a package that wasn't delivered. Oh, this link goes to a website that asks to confirm your identity by entering your address or account information. It might ask you to log in with your Amazon username and password. If you do, they've got it and can order everything they want for Christmas on your credit card. Never sign into any account following a link. Scammers can create websites with official logos to look like they're the real thing. Compare the difference between those scams and this legitimate email from FedEx updating a shipment. It is from FedEx.com and it's safe. Be skeptical of any text message about delayed deliveries. Check for shipping updates on the Amazon app or anywhere else you shop.
Hey, and tell your kids the FCC says these scammers are targeting young people because they're gullible. They're more likely to fall for scams. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Caitlin's updated forecast coming up next.
And ahead on the edge, turning offices into bedrooms. Why Twitter is now under investigation for apparently encouraging staff to sleep at work. The Edge is coming up.
The fog will not be as widespread or as dense early tomorrow morning. We do not have a dense fog advisory, but heads up, it will still be foggy, similar to what we're seeing out there right now as light showers continue to move across the area. Expected cloudy and cool Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the sun returns on Monday.
All right, that's WCCB News at 10 o'clock.
The Edge is next. Don't go anywhere.